Hey, it's Sam. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about all things mindset, embodiment, energetics so that you can live your life full out and have some fucking fun while doing it. Today, it is time to release the comparison. It's time to release the comparison. This is the thing that gets in the way. I see it with women at the gym. I see it with women in their businesses. I see it with women on social media. I see it with women within their families, within their friend groups. Release the comparison. Now, a lot of us compare ourselves to other people, right? We want to how do I measure up? How am I fitting in? What's happening here? And we are designed to create this comparison as a safety protection mechanism. When we can feel safe within the group, then we know from a biological level that we are not going to get eaten by the saber-toothed tiger. Many, many moons ago, when we did not fit in with the group and we were ostracized and we were kicked out, we had more chances to be eaten by the saber-toothed tiger or to be frozen to death in the cold. So from a biological evolutionary standpoint, we have this desire to fit in. We have this desire to not be too much or to make sure that we measure up. So we have these two polar opposites of keeping up with the Joneses and oh my God, am I too much? And so if you are finding yourself comparing yourself to other people, you are robbing yourself of your joy. You are robbing yourself of the experience of being in your truth, of being in your power, of being in your magic. Now, what I see even more, that's an even bigger problem, is not the comparison to other people, but it's the comparison to self. If you are comparing yourself to where you used to be, how much money you used to have, what your body used to look like, or if you're comparing yourself to where you think you should be, I should be here by now, I should have this by now, I should have achieved this by now, you are also robbing yourself of living in the present. When we're so focused on the past, we can fall into depression. I used to be this, I used to have this, it's so heavy. And if we fall into the pressure of the future, I should already have this, I should already have accomplished this, we're falling into anxiety. But when we're in the present, when we're able to be here with what is, that is when we find peace. That is when we find presence. That is when we find gratitude. From this place, right here, right now, it is the only moment. Past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist, those versions of you don't exist anymore. Yet how often are we holding on to that version of us that fit that dress, that had that money in the bank account, that had that relationship, and we're robbing ourselves of the beauty of the present moment. And so, my friend, I invite you to release the comparison. Let go of where you think you should be. Let go of the whip. We tend to whip ourselves and be in the self beat up and the self-criticism, the self-judgment because we think we should be some different version of us that we're not. And if we can soften that, we can soften the brain and the ego that's really creating these comments and creating this spiral, we can soften this and we can drop into our heart and our pelvic bowl and we can feel the beauty and the power of this present moment. We fall into some gratitude, and sometimes we don't fall into it. We have to actually invite it in. What do I get to be grateful for in this moment about this body, about this financial position, or about this part of my relationship or non-relationship? When we can build this gratitude, we start to shift the energy. Can you find gratitude right here, right now, for everything you have, for everything you've gone through, for all of the lessons you've learned? And can you then put all of this love into where you are going? Instead of forcing your way to be fit, instead of forcing your way to make money, forcing your way into a relationship, those things never feel good, by the way. Being with what is. We can use the breath to help us be with what is, inhaling and exhaling. We can use energetic tools like finding our chakras and our energy centers and opening them up, visualizing them spiraling. We can be with what is by simply taking in all of our senses. What do I see in the room? What am I smelling in the air? What am I hearing with my ears? What am I feeling? Do I feel the fabric on my shirt? Do I feel my hair tickling my neck? What are you feeling in your body right here, right now? Finding the present moment and finding gratitude for what is going to allow you to shift into becoming the woman you were always meant to be. But when we're caught up in comparison, we are literally cock-blocking ourselves from creating everything we desire. So let go of the comparison, find the gratitude for this moment, find the things you're grateful for, the things that you're proud of. Use your senses to bring you here now. Use the breath to bring you here now. And then go take the aligned action to create the life that you desire. Not what your sister's best friend thinks you should have, not what you think the old you should have, or what you think your parents think you should have. Create for you. Live fully in alignment for you. Soften the judgment, soften the brain, follow your heart. My loves, if you have any questions, drop them into the comments. I would love to respond and support you. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you next time.